there's a game for you and for the mere mortalites at home to play. What time did Karen get? So I'm going to give you a little bit of a description, a couple of pros and cons, and then you can make your mind up from there.
My assessment based on that.
So pro, I had been doing a lot of running beforehand, and I had built up somewhat of a capacity. Con, I hadn't run a long distance, I would say, for the 2 or 3 weeks prior. Although, pro, you were saying this is something that marathoners actually do. So I had unintentionally maybe done something good. Con, I had been drinking the night before, semi-heavily. So I was definitely a bit hungover. I would say on the hungover scale, I was probably, if 10 out of 10's like, kill me, I don't want to get up, I was probably around a 3.5. So not terribly, but still it was a little bit available. There. Con, I hadn't got that much sleep as well. It was less than my normal 8 hours, probably closer to 6. Pro, I'd just done a meditation retreat a week before, so I was,
fresh, mentally
probably the strongest I've been in a while. Like I had the capacity for doing something, like hard, for an extended period of time. Con, that day I was just, I just didn't feel super great. So, with all that being said, what do you think I did my running time? And I actually ran past this area here. For those who want to see, I'll put the details up, but I ran from the Kangaroo Point Cliffs all the way to the peak of West End, back there, and then back again, and then back there, and then an extra 2Ks just to make up the distance.
Oh, God.
It's a long distance.
Damn. All right, well, I'm going to say, first of all, that I don't think you achieved the 4-hour mark. I'm going to say we came close. So I'm going to say 4 hours and 6 minutes and 22 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Man, this guy, he has faith in me. I can tell you that I did not do that. And I can tell you. I was going to say...
I had faith because I thought that the break-in, the 3 weeks would have been like, okay, I was saying, calves are not sore, legs are not sore. So even though you were feeling it, I'm thinking in my mind, once you're 10 kilometers in, and because you're going to have to do it, you're going to go, yep. Okay, now I'm in the roll. Okay, so I said 4 hours, 6 minutes. How off was I?
You were off by almost 3 hours.
What?
So I did it in an hour. No, this was a bloody long run. I started here on Saturday afternoon at 12:57 p.m. and it took me 6 hours, 58 minutes and 36 seconds. So,
dang. Okay, what was your half marathon time?
For that, it was awful, man. It was absolutely awful. So I'll show you my little chart here, and I'll put some of these things online on the video. So I started off and I was feeling okay, but I came into it saying I don't want to kill myself. Like, I want to make this the least amount of suffering as possible. So for me, that meant like already accepting I'm not going to do it in 4 hours. Fine. That's totally cool.
But it's just going to get done.
It's just got to get done. So I started jogging. Felt okay for the first, like 2-3 kilometers. It was all right. Not a hugely crazy pace. Was probably 5 minutes. So I can look here. It was probably around the 5 minutes 30 for those first couple of Ks. And then it just went up and up and up. So I finished 10 Ks in just over an hour. Okay. So you're thinking, oh, okay, maybe that's not too bad. Yep. Around that stage, I was thinking, if I can do it in less than 5 hours, that would be nice. So then I keep going. And then on the way back, I'm just losing motivation. And I start taking longer walks. And then I get back, so I get to the halfway point roughly, and I go, man, my calves actually hurt. My feet actually hurt. Everything's starting to hurt quite a fair bit. And so in that time as well, the first 10 Ks took an hour. I think the second 10 Ks took probably closer to an hour and 45 or something.
Right, okay. Like that first time you did a half marathon where it was like, it's just an absolute drag.
It shot up. So it was, I think the first time I did a half marathon was still shit, but the worst was when I did it when I was fasting. That was the worst.
Right, okay. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So I'd done, half marathon. It was probably around the 2 hour for a little bit more than just under 3 hours, I think. Just under 3 hours. So then I'm thinking like, oh, okay, maybe 6 hours is like a good time limit to aim for. And then
I would have been like, yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then as I'm just coming back here, I remember coming along this area here in South Bank, and I just had to, like, literally lie down on a bench, just lift my legs up, sort of massage my calves. I was just not feeling good, man. I was feeling terrible, but I had in my mind, like, I'm going to do this. And actually, when I got there, I started doing some calcs. So I reached there and I'm 3 hours in, and I go, okay, feasibly, how much longer could this take? Could this take more than 4 hours, for example? So, because then...
Like, if I just walked it there and back, how long is it going to take?
Yeah. Well, it was more like, if I stop right now, I'm still going to have to do a marathon at some point. So that's going to be another at least another 4 hours. Yeah. And then you're not going to run it fast, so it's going to be additional. No. All right, I'll get it done today. So I was doing the calcs.
Big balls, Karen.
And like, the calcs made sense in my mind. But man, when I get to, all the way to the West End for another time, the sun's set by then, I'm walking on my own, like, I'm feeling super seedy, just walking around. It was an awful experience from not the start, but from close to the start to the end.
Okay.
I reached the point where it's like, okay, finally, like, I'm on the home stretch. 11 Ks to go. And yeah, just coming back here, I actually reached a point where I was like, actually, if I keep up this pace, I can do it in less than 7 hours. So I actually managed to get a little bit of motivated.
Sub 7 hours, yeah.
Yeah. And so then I was like walking hard, and it got to a point where I didn't think I could run. The pain that I was experiencing in my knee was so bad that I thought, this is actually like not good for my knee.
Yeah, like there's like a detrimental pain here.
Trying to sustain this for a while would be really bad.
You got to just sink into the suffering of it.
Yeah, what I actually had to do was not run in that really shit shuffling jog sort of pace. I had to actually move up, like sort of kick up my knees a bit higher, and then it went away a little bit. And then so I did all this, and I was like, all right, yeah. And then it gave me the motivation to do it in less than 7 hours. So I could have actually done this probably a little bit quicker if I wanted to. But I was like, no, 7 hours, got to be 7 hours. So I did all that, and then it's just like...
What was the post-run like?
I was just like... Well, I was happy. I didn't get like a runner's high or anything. I was just happy, like, yes, it's done.
It's done.
I don't have to do this anymore. Like, I'm finished. Woo! And then I, come to the realization, like, fuck, it's like 8:30 at night now. It was just after 8 o'clock, probably 8:15. I still have to drive home. I still have to have a shower. I still have to, like, I'm normally eating food at this stage of the night. Yeah. And it just totally blew out my whole afternoon. Like, I was expecting, maybe be back like 6 to 7.
Yeah, I was going to say 6 to 7 p.m. Like 5-6 hours. Okay, yeah, plenty of time.
So, that was, I'm happy that I got it done.
So you're going to be a long-time runner now? Lifetime runner.
I looked up the Gold Coast half marathon cutoff time. I wouldn't have made it. 6 hours 40. So mere mortals, one has to try and beat at least that. Get some semblance.
It's not like we should have been aiming for 4 hours, just aiming to not be cut off a marathon.
Yeah.